What's up, everybody? This is a new episode of Two Guys, a Screen, and a Podcast. And today we're going to discuss the new movie Companion, which puts an interesting spin on toxic relationships. Now let's get right into it.
Max and Ramy on the scene, talking movies and TV screens. Two guys, a screen, and a podcast show. Tune in now, don't miss the flow.
All right, well, welcome everybody to this exciting episode. We've been waiting for this movie for a bit now. It's still January. Surprisingly, we got a good movie in January, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised, man. I was so happy watching this movie. I was like, finally, after seeing Wolfman and Flight Risk, this was a good refresh. It was a good refresh watch. It's a good movie.
Yeah, Flight Risk was atrocious. I kind of liked Wolfman, but yeah, this was a breath of fresh air to actually see a pretty solid movie.
This was a
some
good movie.
acting. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And I mean, so if you haven't watched this movie, for sure, go watch it blindly. If you're listening to us, we haven't said anything. Just go watch it blindly. Don't even watch the trailer. Just go watch it. Is what I would say. What do you think, Max?
I will say the trailer does not reveal much about the movie. I mean, you kind of understand what the premise is. It's about the main character. Well, it's about a character named Iris, who's a robot, but that's kind of all you know. She's a robot that's meant to be in a relationship with the guy.
No, they don't say any of that stuff in the trailer, though. All they say is that she's a robot, and they just go through like this. The best, the two best days of my life is when I became Josh's girlfriend and when I killed him, and that's the premise. How did we get here, and how did we get there? That's the whole story.
But the trailer does kind of reveal that okay, she's a companion robot. Like that's
Yeah, it makes sense. But imagine not even knowing that she's a robot. Like going into this movie completely blinded. God, that would be such a surprise. I can't even I didn't know much about the movie going in. All I know was what you just mentioned. And I was surprised. Even when I asked, so I watched this movie first before Max, and I asked Max, what do you know about this movie? And I remember you telling me some things, and I'm not gonna ruin anything.
What did I tell you?
You said some things. It wasn't entirely true.
What did I tell you?
Yeah. You said that she's gonna it is a companion sex robot, and that she's gonna turn like Megan or something like that.
I did say that, yeah.
And this was not like Megan, in whatever way it was. It was not like Megan. Megan is different. Megan actually looks like a robot. This one doesn't. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was first. Yeah, I didn't know much about it. I knew it was about a robot, a companion robot that meets Jack Quaid, and they are in a relationship. Obviously, there's some like weird dynamic there because she's a robot, he's a not, whatever. And then they obviously tell you in the beginning, they tell you in the trailer, she ends up killing Jack Quaid's character, Josh.
Yeah, but you don't know what brought her there. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
And what's thinking that.
And it's really hard to even get into any of the details because there's a lot of like twists and turns in this movie.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spoil.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it. So I don't want to get into too many details, but like it was an interesting movie. There was a lot of correlations with Terminator 2. I don't know if you've ever seen Terminator 2, Ramy, but
I no comment.
What does that mean?
It means no comment.
Hey, for everyone out here watching, that means Ramy's never seen Terminator 2.
Leave me alone.
Blast him in the comments.
Leave me alone, man. Last time you did this, it was what? It was Indiana Jones. I had to binge watch all of them because of you.
Hey, everyone, blast Ramy in the comments for not watching Terminator 2 and making me have to force him to watch Indiana Jones. But no, there's a lot of you really should watch Terminator 2. There's a lot of correlations there. It's a movie about a robot, obviously, but yeah, no, it's kind of set up to make you think that it's like a Megan movie. Um, just the premise is the robot is a relationship robot instead of a friend robot, I guess.
Mhm.
But
It's
no,
Megan was also in my head going into this movie.
yeah,
Uh, kind of similar premise, and not knowing any of the story, it turns out it's not same as Megan in a way.
not even
It's
close.
actually smart and genius the way they did it here.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but it's so hard to talk about this movie without actually revealing the plot. This is why I'm telling you, watch this movie blindly. You will be surprised by every turn this movie takes because it takes a lot of turns.
yeah, and like kind of the movie makes a lot of comments on technology, how it's so important
Mhm.
in today's society. They touch on premises like greed, toxic relationships, all that stuff. There's just a lot of depth into this plot that really
Yeah.
makes it worth seeing, and it's not just a robot movie or smut movie, whatever you want to call it. It actually has a very deep and interesting uh, plot.
Yeah, for sure. It's a genius plot and it's a very smart story that I came out of this movie thinking, wow, I am happy that I watched this in the movies.
Yeah,
So yeah, with that, I say let's get into spoilers.
yeah. Well, I mean, also before we do the spoilers, there's one more thing. The movie was done like on a pretty low budget, but it looks great.
I heard a million.
Yeah,
Was that
and if you really when you really watch it, it's like there's not a lot of CGI. There's not a lot of like it's just all practical effects for the most part. It's all self-contained into mostly into this mansion type house in a forest, and the cast is pretty small. So like they did a lot with very little.
Sure, sure. And that just tells you it doesn't have to be huge budget for the movie to succeed. You could just work with very little, with good actors, with a good story, with a good script, and you'll get there. It doesn't have to be the highest budget ever. I heard it was 10 million, which I think it's gonna get them way more than 10 million. So I'm happy this movie is gonna succeed. At least I think it's gonna succeed. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
where it's gonna go, but
What
we'll see.
what actor and actress kind of shined in this movie, do you think?
Well, for sure, Sophie, the one that played Iris,
Hmm.
she is phenomenal, and the guy that played Josh, Jack Quaid. How do you say his
Jack
last name?
Quaid. Jack Quaid
Quaid.
from the
So
book.
it's his year. I was telling you before, it's his year, man. He has another movie coming out, and he's on The Boys. So looks like he's getting some attention, and he did a good job. It was an unfamiliar, unfamiliar thing for him to act. Let's put it that way. I
Yeah, I mean,
thought it comes out differently. Go ahead.
he's played a lot of different characters in his career. Like a lot of the time he plays like I mean, he's obviously been known for playing what's his name from The Boys. And he's kind of like this like nerdy, not nerd, I guess
You could
nerdy,
say,
yeah,
yeah,
like just like very charming and insecure dude. Like that's kind of his normal character. He's not that in this. Like it's
he isn't at some point though. He is at some point. It feels
yeah.
like.
I would actually argue like this character he plays in this movie is kind of similar to the character he plays in Scream 5.
Okay, I did
So
not watch that. So
it's kind of the same thing. He starts as one character and then he changes into a different character as the movie goes.
wait to ruin the movie, Max. No, I'm never gonna watch Scream 5. The plot, everyone. But
Hey, I didn't reveal anything. Don't lie. Don't
yeah,
put that
yeah.
on me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to talk more spoilers if
Yeah.
let's do it.
Cue the spoiler alert.
All right, spoiler alert. All right,
Where do we
Max,
start?
tell me. At the beginning of the movie, you could tell there's something weird. It's not weird. We know because we watched the trailer that she's a robot. Okay, but yet she doesn't look like a robot.
So with that,
But
so I saw this movie with my wife, and she didn't see that. I don't really. Well, she might have seen the trailer, but she didn't really know anything about it. She didn't know it was a
good.
robot or anything. So
Yeah.
actually, I got her take because we saw the first like the beginning of the movie, and my wife turned to me and she's like, "She's walking weird." I was like, "Yeah, because she's not human." She's like, "That makes
You
sense."
told her. You told her early? Come on, Max. That's part of the surprise, man. Wait, she was walking weird?
Yeah, she
Her
walks weird.
interaction was a bit weird. Okay.
Like
But I don't know
her
about the role.
walk is weird, her interaction is weird, and it's like
Yeah.
as if yeah, if you don't know she's a robot at first, you're just gonna be like, "Wow, this is kinda weird," and then they finally reveal that she's a robot. But if you saw the trailer, you know she's a robot, so you're like, "Okay, it makes sense that she has some quirks about her physical behavior that is different than a normal person."
But this is where the trailer really stops. It doesn't really reveal too much after that. You don't
Yeah,
know who should we cheer on. Is Iris on the good side? Is she on the bad side? Usually, you
yeah.
think robots, and you immediately think, okay, they're evil.
And the movie does a clever thing, like in the trailer, where it opens up with like, the day I felt most alive, was the day I met Josh, and then the day I killed him. So,
Yep.
the movie wants you to know it ends with Josh dying. The question is, how do you get there, right?
Yes. And who do you sympathize with?
Yes.
Because like that's a big part of it. And as I said, in any movie with robots like this, you usually do not sympathize with the robot. It's
Yeah.
a robot. And they point out a world that's it could happen one day. We could have robots like this one day. Who knows? It's so freaky how real it's. I mean, she's obviously playing a robot, but this could happen. This could come one day, and I like how they twisted the whole thing against Josh, against Jack. Yeah, I like how they did the whole twist.
Yeah, well, before we even get to the twist, I mean, the one thing I wanna say that was unique about this movie is usually a movie about robots, the
Mhm.
robot is not the main character. And the perspective of the
Okay.
show of the movie is not written from the perspective of the robot. So I kind of expected the trailer was like kind of showed it as Iris's perspective, but it was just kind of I thought it was just clever marketing. And then when the movie started, it was actually going to be, oh, Iris met Josh, and then for the most part, the movie is told from Josh's perspective because it
Mhm.
kind of sets up Josh as the protagonist, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Initially, that's what you would expect, but no, the whole movie is told from Iris's perspective, and then, surprisingly, Iris is the protagonist of the movie.
Yeah, very interesting, and it's a fresh take on something like this because we've seen robot movies. Megan is one of them, and Megan does. I mean, everybody when you see Megan, you're freaked out. You're like, Megan she's evil. She looks freaky. But Iris did not look like that. She's pleasant. She's nice. She loved Josh. You could tell she
Uh-huh.
really loved Josh. And you saw the opening story, and the opening story, how they met, the cute meet or whatever. To her,
Meet
it's
cute.
real, and to us, what did I say? Cute meet cute, whatever. Um, to her, it's super real. To us, it's also real because it comes at the beginning of the movie, and that's just the genius part is once they do the twist, you understand that that was all fake.
Yeah,
Genius.
you kinda
Genius.
find out that Iris is not a reliable narrator, at least for some of the movie, right? And then
Yeah.
because she perceives Josh as this great guy, you think that, you see the meet cute, but then that's actually just programming and never happened.
Just fake.
And then you get this
Mhm.
short scene where now Josh becomes a narrator for a short period of time,
Mhm.
explains how they met, and basically reveals to Iris that she's a robot.
Yeah. Which I don't understand why he did it. I mean, I get it. He could have just reprogrammed her and she could have just reset or something. I get it for the drama, but he did it. He explained it to her after she killed the guy. So
Yeah.
the plan
And
was
then,
to kill Sergio, and he jailbroke her.
well, at
So
first
yeah.
you kind of think that they're going down the path of she's a unique situation where her programming
Mhm.
malfunctions and she's able to kill a human being, even though there's safety measures to prevent her from killing a human being. But then that's when the big reveal happens, where Josh takes over the story, reveals she's a robot to her, and then tells her, yeah, he jailbroke her in order to get her to kill Sergio, who's this rich guy who owns the mansion they're at and all this stuff. And
So the surprise part here is I've never seen a robot movie where the robot does not know they're a robot. Okay?
yeah,
Have you ever seen a movie like that? The surprise on her face, she does not know she's a robot. And in a way, when you put feelings to a machine, it just changes the whole equation. Imagine I don't have anything. Well, actually, I do. Imagine this alarm. Okay, I'm not putting. This is just an alarm. Imagine if I turn this alarm on, Max, and this alarm begs me to not turn it off. It begs me. It tells me, please don't turn me off ever again. What would you do? It's just a machine.
yeah,
And in this movie, it's genius. You feel for the robot. It's just a robot, but I mean, they don't act like a robot. They have feelings. So if this came alive, how would you handle it? I personally don't know. I probably would not turn it off if it's begging me not to turn it off. So, and that's the genius part of this movie. It makes you think they actually have feelings, even though they're metal, but they have
yeah,
feelings. I don't know.
yeah. It's like it gets into a little bit of that topic of sentience, right? For AI technology and all that stuff. But then also, I feel like they use that topic in order to create a clever metaphor for toxic relationships and how, like, when a lot of women are in toxic relationships where they're
Mhm.
abused and stuff, deep down they still love their abuser and they don't want to leave, even though their mind is telling them they need to leave. And the way that's kind of portrayed with Iris is she now knows, Josh is a bad guy. She shouldn't be staying with him. She needs to get away in order to protect herself. But her coding is still telling her she loves Josh and she wants to make him happy. So she's having this internal battle between her programming and now her kind of being more sentient and aware of the situation, because she knows she's a robot. She hasn't been in control of her life and she wants
Mhm.
that control and be able to be her own person. So it's kind of this interesting metaphor that I think they did a good job
And
portraying.
yeah, and with the movie, it kickstarts the whole events after she runs away. It kicks off hilarious. Like this movie also had some funny moments to it. It's not just like plain. It was a
Yeah,
light watch as well.
it had some dark
Um,
comedy in it. Yeah,
yeah, for sure, for sure. I really liked whenever she upped her intelligence, and I was waiting for more, to be fair. But whenever she talked to the cop and she changed the language, I was like, dude, that's genius. I didn't.
yeah,
That's because you can't lie, and it's so smart. It's the little details, Max. It's the little
yeah,
details.
yeah.
But
Very
what
clever.
uh, yeah, I'll have to say the other surprise I had, I know Cat was also a robot. I did not know,
No, not
was it
Cat. Not Cat.
Cat is a
Cat
robot?
wasn't a robot.
She was.
Cat was not a robot.
Are you
Cat was
sure
Josh's friend.
that's a
So
robot?
no, Cat was not a robot. She even bled when she
Oh, you're
gets
right.
stabbed in the back by Patrick.
Oh, yeah, I
Patrick is the
remember that.
robot. So Patrick.
Patrick is the robot. Okay,
So
I
there's
also
a
did not
twist.
see Patrick being a robot.
So I kind of noticed it as soon as Patrick gets introduced and is cooking food for everybody. I was
Oh, I
like,
did
huh,
not.
he seems to be doing a lot for people. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if he turns out to be a robot. And then, like, as it went on in his behaviors, and then they officially revealed it. I was like, okay, I'm not surprised that Patrick ended up being a robot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
I
then,
agree. I was a bit surprised that Patrick was it. But maybe because I was so focused on Iris. I thought Cat, honestly, I thought Cat was a robot for some reason. But then when you were saying about the bleeding, I was like, huh, yeah, you're right. You're right
yeah,
about
no,
that.
Cat wasn't a robot. She was just sleeping with Sergio in order to set up the whole scenario so
Mhm.
that
Okay, that
Josh
makes
and
sense.
Josh could program Iris to kill Sergio.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
remember the other thing, when Sergio meets Iris down at the beach, Sergio says that Cat said it was okay, which meant Cat told Sergio go down to the beach to see
Yeah.
Iris.
Yeah. The only thing I did not like, and it was just very, very minor. It's not even much. Um, I don't like whenever Josh found Iris the second time and he tied her to the chair and they're sitting. This was at the end, and he woke her up to tell her again how wrong she is and she's gonna be just kill her or whatever already, I don't like when bad people, they take you, they torture you, and then they kill you. Why are you giving me this long speech when you could just end it, you know when you could just ask Patrick to shoot her to begin with? That's the
Yeah, I
whole
mean,
thing.
I kind of interpreted it as like Josh
He did
kind of
it twice.
lost. Yeah, he did it twice, but the second time he did it, I feel like he lost control of himself when Cat was killed. Because at that point, all his friends are dead, and
I
he just wanted
guess.
revenge against Iris.
But yeah, and
Even
then the genius part, dude, the genius part is it did not end. You think
it
it
didn't
ends? No, there's another twist because her thing is not in the head, it's in stomach or
in her
whatever.
stomach. Yeah,
That's like another twist. This movie is full of twists. It's so good. I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
I
and
know it's
that's
unusual.
see. Well, that's why I was like, I feel like at that after Cat died, Josh completely lost it because even when that twist happened, right, and Josh finds out from the empath, whatever the company is, I forget what they're called. Finds
Yeah.
out from the like field tech guys that her memory's in her stomach, not her head, so they're just gonna reboot her and go over the security footage to make sure that she actually malfunctioned.
Yeah.
He like didn't even blink an eye on sending Patrick to kill them. Like it was just as soon as he found that out, and you saw his facial reaction change, where he was like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna get found out." You knew he was gonna send Patrick to kill the two of them.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. And at the very end, how she killed Josh was just gruesome, man.
I saw that
With
coming.
oh,
Did
I
you
did
see that
not.
coming?
No. How do you see
So
this stuff coming?
and so with the corkscrew, what was interesting about it, they had some clever product placement throughout the whole movie with that
Mhm.
corkscrew, where like there's scenes where clearly they want you to focus on the corkscrew, like it's going to become something important later. So like the first dinner they have with when everyone's still alive, when they first get to the
Yeah,
house, Sergio opens a bottle with that corkscrew, and it's like a
and
really
they
loud
focus on
pop,
it.
right?
Yeah,
And the corkscrew is right in the middle of the screen.
yeah.
And then the
They give
second
you an
time,
exposure. They give you an exposure on it, and they're like, "We're gonna use that later." I'm not.
yeah,
That's genius. I like that.
because they it was also because it was CGI too, because of the way the corkscrew worked, because it was like a
Mhm.
super futuristic corkscrew that like screwed down and then popped everything. So it was like
Yeah,
I was like, interesting. They spent money to CGI this. It must be fairly important. So I
they
kind
had
of saw
money.
that coming at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Genius. Just a genius, fresh take. on the whole thing. So now Iris is gonna live free, and at some point in their world, they will never distinguish between who's a robot and who's human, and that's a scary.
I think they will.
Right.
I mean, I guess yeah. I guess after when the movie ends, she is more sentient than robot. Um, and she pretty much can live her own life, and no one would ever know because she's not tied
Mhm.
down to her programming.
So yeah, overall, genius movie. Very, very smart. Trust me, if you watch this movie without even knowing who's a robot, if there's even robots in there, oh, you're gonna have so much fun. Imagine if this was ruined in the trailer, everything. I mean, because some movies out there, they just basically tell you Flight Risk was an example. They told you the whole movie in the trailer. If you watch the trailer, you watched pretty much most of the movie. So this movie was genius in that aspect. They didn't tell you much. They just told you there's a robot and just made you watch.
I
So
do I do have one question for you, Ramy.
go
Did
for it.
did it bother you when Patrick gets reset, right? Because
Mhm.
he was grieving over the death of Eli.
Of
So
his, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
so Josh resets him, makes Josh the love image or what
Link,
love match or love link.
love link. Oh yeah.
Um yeah, and then so when Patrick and Iris are having their big battle in the woods, Iris kind of reminds Patrick of Eli. Do you think that made sense? I mean, I guess
No.
that is you don't think so? I mean, for me it seemed like they were trying to lean into the whole sentient thing. Like, yes, they were able to reset Patrick, but in reality, like
He
what
still has
Patrick felt
memories.
for yeah, and what Patrick felt for Eli was real because they're more than just robots. They are artificial
But they
intelligence.
are just robots at the end of the day though, right? Like I mentioned before, like if a machine comes alive and tells you never to shut it down or I don't know, cries in front of you, do you believe it? Yes. It's still a machine. Here that's the thing. So if unless there's a unless there's like malfunction somewhere in his unit, then he should never have been able to recall any of the his boyfriend's stuff, you know?
Yeah, but
I just
I think they were trying to say that with those like the robots were way more advanced than even the company thought, and their experiences were actually creating intelligence. Like they weren't just programmed robots, they
and
were
yeah,
people.
they're probably at that level because if the level of the robots are like Iris and Patrick, then that's a very out there level, you know. It just I don't know. It's different than any other robot movie I've seen. I
Yeah.
don't know if you could remember any movie. Definitely not iRobot, but there's no other movies that took the robot level to this extent. To they can make choices like this, and it was just a smart movie overall. Like they had so many smart decisions, and they really made the right decisions in them. So I mean, bravo. That's all I get to say. Bravo.
Yeah, I would definitely watch it again just to see if there's any
I'm
small
I'm gonna
details.
watch it again. This movie, I was going in. I don't want to say I had a high expectation, but I didn't have a low expectation. It was a very medium expectation. I didn't really read a lot of the reviews. I only watched the trailer once. I know it was about a robot, and that's it. So I was surprised with a lot of the plot, you know. Um, but the one thing I would say they could have done also is whenever she upped her intelligence level to like the maximum, I thought she would be a bit more smarter.
Well, they did kind of say there was a built-in limit to how high the intelligence could actually be because they didn't want it to become like have you seen that movie called Lucy with
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson where
yeah.
there's some drug that makes you smarter and she got it like absorbed into her body and then she starts getting more access to her brain and then just gets really smart. I don't think they wanted to go down that road. They just wanted her to be
That's not in
a
Lucy.
little bit more. Yeah, that's in
Well,
Lucy.
that's in Limitless as well. Anyway,
That's a different movie.
it's the same concept. Okay, yeah,
But Limitless was intentional. Lucy was not.
true,
So, I mean,
true.
I think they just didn't want to get into that. They just wanted her to be able to get in and out of situations, which they showed that when she increased her intelligence, her
Yeah.
able to evaluate the scenario and make the
No,
right
it
decision that
didn't
gives her
bother
the best.
me. It didn't
Yeah.
bother me. She was as smart as a human would be at that moment, except for the language thing, obviously, and the voice changing. Um, I thought she was, I mean, as smart as a maybe an intelligent human. You know, I didn't think she was a genius. She was like an Ivy League level, as they were saying. But she was smart enough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she was
Um,
smart enough to know what capabilities she had with when she had the iPhone to control herself. So like she
yeah.
was able to change her voice so she sounded like Josh in order to
Mhm.
start the car, right?
Yeah. Last question, Max. Do you think this will ever be a thing in the future? Do you think this whole robots thing we're gonna have it like how it's portrayed? Not exactly in the movie like that, but something similar to it. Do you think that's gonna happen with the AI world we live in?
Do I think there'll be AI with robots? I
No.
mean,
Do you
yes.
think a robot will be dating somebody in the future like that?
No. No, I don't think so. I think
It would definitely happen. It's definitely gonna happen in the future.
I
I mean,
don't
this
think
will
so.
be on YouTube forever, hopefully, and people are gonna be watching us laughing. Dude, it's gonna happen.
All people are gonna see when they watch this on YouTube and look at the comments is people blasting you for not seeing Terminator 2.
Oh my god. Terminator. All right,
Again,
fine.
smash the comments. Ramy stinks. He needs to watch Terminator 2.
Uh, Is the second one better than the first one?
They're all good.
Okay. I'll check it out. I have a list. Okay. I have a list and I have a lot of movies on that list that I have not seen. And a lot of the movies like Star Wars, they're a big part of the American culture. I did not grow up watching Star Wars. So Terminator, although Terminator was a thing where I grew up, but it didn't really I don't know. I never really
All right. Everyone
watched.
needs to smash in the comments. Ramy
No.
stinks. He needs to watch Terminator, all of them, and Star Wars, all of them.
I'm trying to think. No, no, not Star Wars. It's too late for
Yes.
Star Wars.
No, it's not. There's always
If you
more
don't grow
Star
up with
Wars.
it, it's too late.
No, it's
Eh,
not.
At some point, I mean, it's over.
That's a
Right? I'm
lie.
not gonna watch Star Wars. I'm trying to think of something you haven't watched. Probably a whole lot of anime. I mean, I probably
Probably.
watched more than you in anime. What?
I'm not big into anime, so yeah, I guess that's
Alright.
probably true.
So, but good
But
movie.
on a side note,
What?
aside from watching the movie, did you see what came out today?
No, what?
So for everyone listening, today is Tuesday, February 4th. A few hours ago, the trailer for Fantastic Four released,
Oh my god, I
and
can't believe. Oh my god,
it
I
is
don't care,
exciting. It is exciting.
dude. You're gonna eat those words, okay? You're gonna eat those words whenever the movie stinks. All right, and I'm gonna like take that clip and put it everywhere so people know that
Hey,
Marvel
it
sucks.
it it looks way different than any Marvel movie they've made so far.
Interesting.
In a
I need
good
to watch
way.
the
In a
trailer.
good way.
Okay, I'll have to watch the trailer. Or
I'm
maybe I
excited.
should not watch the trailer and just go straight to the movie. Either ways, I'm gonna watch it. So why would I bother watching it?
You're gonna wait. I will say, so they did this like launch event and for the trailer, and it was a train wreck. Like the launch event was a train wreck.
Really?
Yeah.
I've no listen. Lately, I've been kind of in this thing where I don't want to watch the trailers and go into the movies straight without watching the trailer. But like in movies that I think that it's gonna be good, and it
Watch the trailer.
okay, fine, I'll watch the trailer.
Watch it. Watch the trailer.
Fine.
Watch the launch
We'll
event
watch it.
so we can talk about it. Yeah, maybe we'll watch it together. But watch the launch event so you can cringe like I did. It literally felt like a runaway train, and the only way it was gonna stop was if it goes off a cliff.
Okay. All right. Okay. So they had a launch event for the trailer, the 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like
Why not just
all
watch?
4 of them, all the 4 cast members showed up. They had this lady kind of hosting the whole thing. It was not great. It was bad.
Okay. All right. I'll have to check it out then. I mean, I can't believe they have a whole event for a 2-minute trailer.
It just
When is
means
this
like
movie coming out?
Marvel. I really just feel like Marvel thinks this is going to save them. So like if they, I hope this is a good sign that it is a very good movie, because they are putting a lot into marketing this movie, and they keep saying this is the this is the beginning of the new phase of Marvel. So we'll see. I mean, it's either
I
going to be
doubt it,
great
but
or it's going to
we'll see.
flop.
It's gonna flop, but we'll see. I can never. I think people are over the whole superhero era. I think we've had the peak, and it's gone and it's done. People like individual movies now, and it's just it's done, man.
I mean, you're so
We're
wrong.
we're grown ups now, man. It's been years and years. Let's
Are
move
you know
on.
what comes out tomorrow, February 5th, or not tomorrow?
What? Heart
Did I
eyes?
say did I say today's Wednesday? Today's Tuesday.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It's gonna
On
release on
Thursday,
Wednesday. Yeah.
Thursday,
What?
February 6th. You know what comes out?
Heart eyes?
No.
Monkey Man?
No.
Whatever it's called. No, nothing. What?
Invincible season 3.
I will not watch it.
Boom! What is it? I'm gonna give it 5 booms. Boom, 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 boom.
It's gonna suck.
All right. Well, I think the
All
next episode will probably. Oh yeah, we're taking this weekend off. I'm actually going on vacation, so there won't be an episode recording this weekend. But the next episode, we're back. It's gonna be a Marvel movie. Ramy, you ready?
Captain America. Speaking of
Captain
which,
America.
I have not seen the trailer. I'm probably going into the movie blind. So you know what, Max? If this is bad, I am sticking it to your face. Okay?
Hey, you can't stick it to my face because truthfully, I'm a Marvel fan. I do think this is gonna be bad.
Well, it's a February release, so usually isn't it usually in May? What happened to that?
Well, the other aspect too, it's a February release, but they've also like done countless reshoots for this movie. So like
Okay.
when you do as many reshoots as they've done, and like it's gonna be like a Morbius situation. Like it's just not gonna be very good. I can't imagine.
Well, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna review it. We're gonna blast it, and we're gonna just review it. So stay tuned with Max and Ramy.
And until next time, it's your 2 guys, Max and Ramy. Catch you in the next one. Captain America. We're excited. Have a good one. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.